I've been avoiding this day for 2 years.
Hi, I'm Phil.
Hi, I'm Izzy.
I'm just here to deliver some paper towels. See you later.
I'm gonna cook empanadas tonight. I don't know what I'm holding up. Okay, so for step 1, we are going to kick John out of the kitchen. Step 2 is to make the filling. So
Step 2 is to take shot.
JK, step 2, take shot.
But that requires the nullification of step 1.
Nullify step 1. Step 1 is to take a shot.
I'm just having a little sip of this wine.
Alright lads, cheers.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Woo! I'm taking Phil's for good measure. Alright, let's do this. So now that you're properly lubricated, you want to chop up an onion, which I've already done because I'm a try-hard. Next step, chop up your garlic. Usually I'd have Kevin do this, so I'm gonna have Kevin do this. By the way, folks of the internet, Kevin is my boyfriend. We've never addressed the issue. For my 2 male fans, I'm sorry. I'm still here for you. Maybe Kevin and I will break up one day. We're cooking 2 pounds of beef here, right here. Like Phil, I also get the manager special. So because we're making this much, we're not just gonna do 1 onion, we're gonna do 2 to 3 onions. It's up to you how much onion you want in your life. 2 onions in my life. All right, so we've chopped everything, and now we're gonna cook it. So you wanna put some olive oil in a pan that's heating up. Olive oil is not a high heat oil, so you kinda wanna go medium and just wait for it to heat up a little bit and then throw your onions in there. And then you're gonna wanna sweat them and let them turn brown. All the water comes out and it looks like they're sweating. All right, put your onions in. Don't do what I just did and spill them everywhere. Don't put your garlic in yet, it'll burn. Don't get caught on the cabinets in Phil's house. Bleep out all my house. You want that ad revenue. Listen, I'm a YouTube watcher. I know this shit. I'm mixing. Don't let your onions burn.
I'm cooking onions.
They're still not ready. Alright, so now that your onions look like this,
In the trash.
don't throw them in the trash. Put your beef in. Actually, JK, put your garlic in. You only want to cook this for like 2 minutes, and then you want to add your beef. Mix it up. Here's a little lesson about empanadas. They're Latino. I'm Hispanic. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna make this food. Empanadas are pastry dough with pretty much anything that you have in your fridge. You can put pasta in it, you could put, like British people make things called Cornish pasties. This is pretty much it. This is the Latino version of a Cornish pasty. Or an Indian samosa. So we're just making the filling now. If meat makes you squeamish, don't look at this, Marlena. No. Alright, so now you want to just crush this up into little pieces. You want to mix the onions and the garlic into the meat. This is 2 pounds of meat because we got lots of growing boys in the house.
There's one right now.
It's just grape juice, Mom. Hey,
Do this until it's brown.
can we just make a giant meatball?
Look at me. Alright, so add some spices, add whatever you'd like, what you would usually add to like spaghetti, essentially.
Liquor.
Don't add liquor. I'm going garlic salt, pepper, paprika, red pepper. You could pretty much add whatever you'd like. If you want a little bit spicier, you could add like chili powder.
Spicy meatballs.
Spicy meatball.
Try to use that as a pickup line on Tinder. She said that she's gonna judge people by their memes, and I used like one of the freshest, dankest memes there was.
Mix your spices in. Continue browning. Don't be a bitch. Phil's gonna find that 3 weeks from now because he doesn't ever clean. So if you look at your pan and you see this, there's too much grease. You want to get some You want to get some of the grease out, but not all of it. So this is how we're gonna do that. We're gonna turn it off. We're gonna take the pan over to the sink.
And shove it up your butt.
And then shove it up your butt. We're not gonna get all of the meat out. There's gonna be still some grease left. You need that. Woo! The boys love it. Oh, it's okay. Phil won't notice. Find a bowl.
I made you go towards.
This is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, this is really hot.
That's a weird looking meatball.
And in order to make empanadas, we have to have it be really cold. We live in Central Ohio.
Central Ohio.
So I'm gonna put this outside. But you could just like leave it in your fridge overnight and make the empanadas the next day, or you put it in your freezer. Phil doesn't have room. I'm just gonna put this outside. Put the meat outside to cool down. Ah!
Oh!
Oh, the humanity.
So this is how to make the actual empanada dough. You're gonna start with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. To that you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. Don't be a dick, just mix it up. You can use your hands, just make sure they're washed. Next you're gonna add some very cold butter, about 1/2 cup for this amount of flour. I put mine in the freezer.
How many cups is that in metric?
No idea. You're gonna add it to the flour. You could use a food processor for this, but we're poor because we're millennials. So I'm gonna use my fingers. You just wanna squeeze the pieces of butter. Use this time to take out all of your aggression about your significant other.
Yeah!
Your job.
Take that, Kevin!
John being in the kitchen with you. Just squeeze the butter, man.
I don't know if you've ever played disc golf before, but this is how you play it.
Okay, so the next step in this process, break an egg into some sort of vessel. Phil doesn't own bowls. Break up your egg and add 2 tablespoons of milk. Here we have some expired milk from mine and Kevin's fridge, if this tells you how we live.
Tastes like cheese.
That's about 2 tablespoons. Sure. Mix that up. Check your phone. Text pay.
Don't let this fool you. I'm Team Iggy. Why aren't you Team Kevin? Traitorous to himself.
Now you want to add 1/3 cup of ice water, or just really cold water. A tablespoon of white vinegar. Problem with this is vinegar will make milk curdle, so you want to do it really quickly right before you add everything to the flour mixture that you already have. So do it something like this. Now with your hands, which should be clean,
Why not a whisk?
or a fork. With a fork, I mean. Whisk this together lightly. You don't want to break the butter up too much.
Why?
Because it's cold and it needs to be cold for your dough to be the right pastry-like consistency. So once you've mixed it to about this consistency, go ahead and dump it out on the countertop. Now start to mush it together. At this point, there's a bunch of excess flour, so you might have to add some water to it. Kevin, can you get me some cold water?
Here you go!
So if it's really dry, you can add some sprinkles of cold water to it. You don't want to mix this too much because
you want to hit
oh god,
your giant fist.
you want to keep it cold. You guys are about to witness girlfriend Hulk mode if Kevin doesn't get away from me. So don't mix it too much because it'll get too tough. You want to pretty much just form like as close to a ball as possible.
Balls!
And then from here you want to form a square.
Why a square?
Because triangles were yesterday! You say the dumbest shit. Kevin's ready to punch homeless people. Take that!
Meat's safe now because of me and my oversized fist of justice.
Oh yeah, preserve the
Okay, so saran wrap your dough now and put it in the fridge for 1 hour. You might have some dry bits. Try and mush them in. Okay, so put this in the fridge. 1 hour. I'm awesome, so I already made some. Alright, so clean up your terrible work surface. Don't tell Val.
What's going on over there?
Flour your work surface. Put your dough out.
Why?
Because you don't want to cook your saran wrap around your dough. And use a rolling pin to flatten it out to your butt.
Why not? The fist of justice.
Again, I'd like to reiterate, I've never made this before.
You must have confidence.
Flour your roller. So when your dough is about this thickness, which isn't that thick, you want to take a bowl and you want to start making your empanadas. Just push down. You can also use a knife. Or you can use this.
Yeah! Woo! Rock and roll! Yeah!
And there's your first empanada wrapper. If you didn't want to do all this BS, you could just go out and buy them at a local Hispanic grocery market. Ta-da! Do this like 12 more times. Bye. Alright, you can see all of the empanada doughs that I just made. You want to take a scoop, put it not really centered, kind of off to the side because you want to be able cattywampus. You want to be able to close it. Now throw some cheese or whatever. Really, it's whatever you want to put in here.
As much cheese as you can.
Do whatever you want. You can put soup in this if you want. Don't put soup in this. Set the oven to 400 degrees. There you go. Then put parchment paper on your cookie sheet. Then come back over to your empanada. You're gonna wanna stretch the empanada over the filling. While you have it in this position, put your finger in some cold water and essentially, don't do what I just did. Go along the edge as if you were doing an envelope and then attach the two and mash down. This empanada might be too full. Okay, so with these, even though you've sealed it already, you've got two methods you can use. You can use the fork method where you go along the outside edge with a fork, or you can use this method where you essentially fold, 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 just keep folding. Okay, so this doesn't look that great. This is my first time making these, but we're folding, we're folding, we're folding. And then we're gonna go put these over onto our parchment paper. We're gonna do that 12 more times. Put some of your empanadas in the oven.
At what temperature?
400 degrees. Put it in like 25 minutes. Oh shit, I forgot the egg wash.
No!
Make an egg wash.
It's snowing! It's snowing! It's so pretty!
Wow.
Hey, there you go.
Thanks. This is a disaster. Pretty good cooking at its best right here, everybody.
This makes me really appreciate, like,
Jeez.
can you imagine how great it'd be to be a medieval lord?
I hope my employers don't see this video.
They flipped.
Put all of these in the oven. They don't need flipped for like 25 to 30 minutes until they're golden brown. Because you cook that beef through because you don't like salmonella.
I hate salmonella.
What's wrong with salmonella? Oh man, those look good.
Okay, so at some point while I was drunk, I flipped them over.
That one's mine.
Like
That one's mine.
15 minutes in, and
That
give them
one's
another
mine.
10 minutes.
That one's mine. That one's mine. And that one's mine. Also, that one's mine.
Do you know the way?
The way to enlightenment, you gotta spin the nunchucks fast.
Remove them from the hot surface so they can cool, and you and your friends can consume them. Fail. You've made empanadas.
What is that sauce?
The sauce is a cilantro, tomato, onion, and pepper sauce
Habanero.
that you'll never know how to make because I didn't want to film that episode.
Oh.
It's really bleeping good. That's how you do it. Good night or good day. Come eat your food, bitches.
The food is delicious. If you don't believe me, here's me eating it. That's quick. This entire episode, I've been downpacking hot sauce into sample files and sending to our lovely fans. And it's literally taken me like over 3 hours to do this shit. And I'm so over it. But you guys will enjoy, and that's why I wasn't in this episode too much. That's how you do it. Sweet baby broccoli. Good night.